Samy Naceri is a French actor best known for his taxi movie series. The audience loved his character, the taxi driver Daniel, so much that they want to know more about the personal life of the actor to this day. Samy Naceri, where is the taxi movie star now? The full name of the actor is Saïd Robert Naceri. He was born on July 2, 1961 in Paris to a native French woman, Jacqueline Leroux, and an Algerian man, Jalali Naceri. The boy got his second name in honor of his maternal grandfather, who worked as a roofer. Together with his wife, he conducted subversive activities against the Germans during the war. The large Naceri family, with 7 children, lived in a 2-room apartment on the top floor in a building with no elevator. The building was on Saint Martin Street near Saint Denis Street, which was considered the Parisian red light district. Later, they moved to the Fontenay-sous-Bois commune. After Algeria's war for independence from France, the boy of Arab descent often experienced hostility and anger from strangers. The actor later recalled a merchant in a fruit shop who even called him a rat boy and forbade him to touch anything. The family didn't have enough money, but the children were tidily dressed, well-fed, and could even watch cartoons on their own TV. The head of the family took on any job, selling flowers, working as a painter, and redecorating the Eiffel Tower. Later he formed a small construction team, which made it possible to make ends meet. Saïd was the youngest child in the family for some time, but after his sister was born, he felt that his parents started to pay less attention to him. He tried to get rid of his sister several times. Once he even covered her face with a pillow, and another time he removed the brakes from her stroller wheels, and it almost rolled out onto the road. Naceri was a troublemaker. He was the member of the gang that controlled the area around the Cairo Passage. He lived by the law of the street and got into trouble all the time. One day he stole a scooter but didn't ride it for long as he ran out of gasoline. He was constantly kicked out of school for bad behavior, so his parents sent him to the boarding school of Monterey, but he escaped from there several times and once even simulated appendicitis. Even in the hospital, the boy refused to admit to his parents that he was faking it, so he spent 3 days there. Then his parents tried to get their son into a tech school, but he didn't stay there for long either. At the same time, the teenager started earning his living by petty robbery. He took bags from people on the street, shoplifted, and scammed street vendors. His father constantly tried to engage his son in honest work, offering him a job on his team, but the work seemed boring and too hard for Saïd. So he soon returned to his former gang activities, waiting tables in restaurants part-time for backup. Then he became interested in Thai boxing, but Naceri didn't want to be a professional boxer. Without a purpose in life and anxious after his father left the family, 18-year-old Saïd plunged into depression and began to use heroin. In search of money for drugs, the young man agreed to take part in a bank robbery but was caught by the police. So in 1984, 23-year-old Naceri went to prison, where he was constantly sent to solitary confinement for fights and arguments with guards. Once he protested this by setting his mattress on fire. He could have died choking on the smoke, but he was dragged out in time. After serving 4 years, he was released in 1988, went to Nice, and tried to start a normal life. He got a job and met a girl named Sally at a dance, with whom he started dating. But after returning to Paris, he ended up in prison again for 6 months. In 1989, Naceri's father helped him get a job at a construction site, and the young man bought a car with the money he earned. After the construction work was done, he started making money as a waiter, delivery guy, handyman, but then returned to theft and went to jail again. One day, while watching a movie, he told his fellow inmates that he would become an actor. His friends didn't take him seriously, but when he was released, Naceri got down to business and signed up for acting courses. In the same year, in 1989, he got a small role in the television film French Revolution, and in the next few years, he was involved only in extras and episodic roles. At the same time, Saïd changed his Arabic name to his French nickname that he was called by in his family, Samy, in order to get more significant roles. In 1994, he played a juvenile mobster in the movie Brothers Red Roulette, appeared in an episode of the TV show Nestor Burmer, as well as in a small role as a commando in Luc Besson's movie Leon, the Professional. The following year, Samy Naceri played the role of a heroin dealer in the drama Spoke and received his first awards. the Golden Leopard at the Locarno International Film Festival and the Paris Film Festival Award. He also became a father. His girlfriend Sally gave birth to their son, Julian. In 1996, the actor appeared in several low-budget films. In 1997, Naceri worked with Mickey Rourke in the sequel to 9½ Weeks, Love in Paris. In addition, he played small roles in the films Something Else Besides Love, Move, Under Women's Feet, and in the TV show Criminal Police. In April 1998, the premiere of the actor's life-defining movie Taxi took place.
Alors les petits pédés, on n'est pas au défilé? Ça nous excite pas tous ces beaux militaires, hein?
The film's producer and screenwriter Luc Besson, who had already worked with Naceri on the set of Leon the Professional, was so impressed by Samy's acting that he wrote the script for Taxi especially for him. For the role, the actor took a preparatory driving course on professional tracks in Les Castellets, and cameramen who worked for Formula One were invited to shoot chase scenes. The protagonist's famous taxi is actually several cars at once. Among them are an ordinary taxi, a taxi transformer, a car for filming inside, and a car with a pilot wheel, which allowed them to create the flight illusion, and a taxi that transforms into a race car. One of the most difficult scenes for Naceri was the chase scene on the unfinished bridge. The shooting took place during the construction of railway tracks for high-speed trains, so the bridge was really broken. On the third take, the cameraman filmed a close-up shot and blocked the actor's view, so the fear and panic of Samy's partner Frederick Diffenthal were real. The movie became a blockbuster. The audience loved Samy Naceri, and he was nominated for the Caesar Award as the most promising actor. In 1999, the movie A Pure Moment of Rock and Roll was released with Naceri, as well as the melodramatic comedy One for All. Almost immediately after the release of the first part of Taxi, the filmmakers began filming the sequel, and the premiere of Taxi 2 took place in March 2000.
Voilà, comme ça, c'est sûr, elle va beaucoup moins bien rouler.
The film had an even greater commercial success and grossed $60.7 million worldwide. The film series was so popular that Hollywood and Bollywood produced their own remakes. The success of the movies also brought considerable income to the performer of the main role. Samy bought an apartment in Paris, a BMW, spent his vacations with his son at a resort in Saint-Tropez, but then came back to drug addiction. In the same year, Samy starred in several low-budget films. Over the next 2 years, the actor appeared in 7 movies, among which were Tom Thumb, The Nest, Fierce, Repentance, The Code, and The Elder of the Ferchaux, with Jean-Paul Belmondo. Since the 2000s, Naceri has been regularly prosecuted for various offenses. Between 2000 and 2003, he was convicted 4 times for acts of violence, disrespect, drunk driving, and speeding, and was stripped of his driver's license for 3 years. In 2003, the third part of the film franchise about a Marseille taxi driver was released, which has grossed $65.5 million worldwide.
Dites-moi, c'est bon, tout est en ordre?
Je suppose que oui.
Soyez gentil. Veillez à ce que cette place reste bien dégagée parce que je vais revenir.
Oui.
By the way, Samy's son Julian also played a role in this movie. 2 years later, the actor appeared in the comedy Bab El Web and married the actress Marie Guillard, whom he had met on the set of the film Spoke. In November 2005, the actor beat up a stylist who, according to him, was late for a meeting at a restaurant. For this, he was sentenced to 2 months in prison, which he had to serve till the end of the sentence. Because of this incident, he was not allowed to play the main role in the play A Clockwork Orange. Samy Naceri returned to the movie screen in 2006 in the war drama Days of Glory.
Et la France sera fière de vous.
Qu'est-ce que j'ai dit, non? Elle flosse. Je te disais rouge.
For his work in the movie that depicted discrimination in the French army towards soldiers of Algerian origin, Naceri received a Silver Award for Best Actor at the 2006 Cannes Film Festival. In the same year, he was sentenced to 6 months in prison and had to pay a fine of 8,000 euros for racist insults against police officers while being in a state of alcoholic and drug intoxication. In February 2007, Taxi 4 premiered and grossed more than $65 million worldwide.
On va jamais les rejoindre, voilà, elle est finie la poursuite.
Elle est jamais finie, la poursuite.
In the same month, Samy Naceri was sentenced to 9 months in prison, 6 of which he spent on probation for assaulting a nightclub guard. In 2008, Samy starred in the drama Dolls and Angels, and in October, he was back in court after he hit a Parisian police officer while also being deprived of his driver's license. The court sentenced Naceri to 6 months at a high-security prison and gave him a €7,500 fine and ordered him to undergo treatment for alcoholism. Although the actor was still officially married to Marie Geard, he wasn't hiding his relationship with other girls. After breaking up with one of them, in January 2009, he stabbed the girl's new boyfriend with a knife in one of the Parisian bars and was taken into custody again. On May 31st, 2011, the actor went to jail for 16 months, having failed his probation period. A month later, he was taken to the hospital and placed in a psychiatric ward in Nice after a suicide attempt. The actor tried to cut his own throat. While prison officials claim that Naceri's hospitalization was related to his kidney transplant surgery, Samy's relatives told the press that he tried to harm himself because of the brutal prison rules and inhuman treatment from the guards. In prison, he began a correspondence affair with a girl named Audrey. She visited Samy from time to time and rented an apartment for them when he was released in March 2012. They reportedly lived together for 2 years. After his release from prison, Naceri's movements were tracked with an electronic bracelet, which didn't stop him from illegal actions. In September 2012, a taxi driver filed a lawsuit against the actor for indecent behavior and insults, and in 2013, Samy Naceri was taken into custody for a street fight. During this time, Naceri managed to star in 2 films, the action movie Journey of No Return and the comedy thriller Tip Top. In January 2014, together with his partner Audrey, Samy was taken into custody for retaliatory violence, and in March, he was arrested for threatening a woman with a knife after she refused to have sex with him. In the same year, he played on stage in the play An Indian Searching for the Bronx. In June 2015, Samy was sentenced to a fine of €1,500 for drug use. In May, at the Cannes Festival, Samy Naceri was pulled over while driving a car, and he showed a Ukrainian license, since he had long lost his French license. The actor spent several hours at the police station and paid a fine of €10,000. This wasn't the first scandal involving the actor at the Cannes Film Festival. He previously attacked hotel employees and police officers for not allowing him to go to a party and was accused of exhibitionism. Also in 2016, Samy released the music album Autre Regard, Another Look. He shot a video for one of the songs from the album called Second Chance.
Je serai le marionnettiste. Après tout, je suis un artiste.
By the way, this wasn't Naceri's first appearance in music videos. Earlier, he took part in the filming of videos of various French performers and bands. In March 2017, he was fined after a fight with drug dealers, during which the actor smashed the windows of somebody's car. In April 2018, the 5th part of the Taxi franchise was released, but Samy didn't take part in it. Moreover, he criticized the film, calling it a sketch with no plot, story, or climax. In 2020, the actor starred in his son's short film No Exit and in the action movie Redemption Day in 2021.
Then why are you here killing my men?
Who are you?
The list of movies with the actor which are preparing for release include the Moroccan-French thriller People of the Night, the comedy Collectors, and the drama Anatolian Story with Gerard Depardieu. Samy Naceri's personal funds are estimated at $12 million. His income consists of payments for movies and participation in various TV shows. At the same time, the actor rarely appears in advertisements. He played in a commercial for the Georgian operator Geocell and Silknet in 2015, and in an advertisement for the Russian development company PNK Group in 2017. In both videos, Naceri appears as Daniel from the Taxi movies. In addition to an apartment in France, Samy has real estate in Los Angeles, and now the actor is working on the set in Morocco. Samy Naceri has been spotted driving a Mini Cooper convertible and a Lamborghini Aventador, but his favorite car is a BMW. Before losing his driver's license, Samy preferred traveling around Paris riding a Yamaha TMAX motorcycle to avoid getting stuck in traffic jams. Which part of Taxi is your favorite? Please share in the comments. If you like the video, leave a like and also subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss anything interesting.